Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Human beings, again today we are going to discuss health. The beauty of your health is that you as individuals must understand and know what Islam means to you as individuals. In the Holy Quran, Allah says, all men and women living on Mother Planet Earth are Muslims, regardless of their color, creed, as financial. It doesn't matter whatever color, whatever creed you are all Muslims. And all other living creations around you are Muslims. Take, for instance, the water that you drink. Its religion is Islam. Take, for instance, the air you breathe. Its religion is Islam. All these things, all these creations adhere to the beauty of the most holy, beautiful religion of Islam. With that, life is a religion, because they do adhere, all other living creations do adhere to the holy divine law, prescriptions of laws and directives that governs men and all other creations as it were decreed by Allah in the Holy Quran. That's why I said, you are all living Muslims on this planet. Especially we have to put in a certain whatever of men and women. Men and women should understand and know what it is that Islam means to you. Islam, I'll kind of pull out something and I'll show you something that you should do. Understand that life is a religion. And that most holy, beautiful religion is Islam. The life in you as an individual, out there, wherever you are, the why you feel that life inside your body is because it is a religion. And that most holy, beautiful religion is Islam. And in Islam, Allah, the most holy, glorified Allah, has laid down holy divine laws that governs men and women and their children and their society, as well as other creations. They have their duty to adhere to the divine holy laws that govern those creations in a way that those creations, or you men and women, should not enter into conflict or confrontations with one another in this Muslim community of Muslim living creations living on Mother Planet Earth. Because I was somewhere and someone said, if I was to do a ritual, I think it is we will do kind of categorical answer to that, whatever that those are practices of evil, practices of fitnah. Any ritual which is outside the five obligatory prayers that were commanded by Allah. If you were to go out those parameters and you say you want to perform a ritual, sometimes they have what you call black magic rituals, you name it, Turkey rituals, whatever. These are things that are not allowed in Islam. Take for instance, the Amin or whatever they say we perform what we call ruqya. I've seen that word somewhere, and they say ruqya. Those are things that are not allowed in Islam because they involve, in one or the other, they can easily throw you into an angle whereby you find yourself in the practices of fitnah against your own body and other Muslim living creations. That's why we in Islam, when a call for prayers is announced, what we call azan is announced, every other individual, every creation out there, they have to adhere, they have to what we call they have to run and participate in that prayer, that call of prayer, because first of all, the azan, which is called when the muezzin says Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, that the initial whatever of it is to remind you that it's your birthday. It's your birthday, the day you were born, the day you came out of your mother's womb. The words that you who came out of your mother's womb, the word you mentioned to those who were waiting for you and to your mother was the most holy, beautiful name, Allah. And in that, it is a takbir, a shahada takbir. A shahada takbir. Because Allah has Allah laid these found decrees that every child that sits in the woman's womb, they have to announce who molded them, who created them in their mother's womb, who did decide that at this, after so many days and whatever in your mother's womb, you are to be let to go on to planet Earth. Your mother cannot decide that. She cannot. If she die, she cannot. That's all I can say to you. Because she doesn't know what you ate. She doesn't know what food you whatever. She doesn't know anything when you're in your mother's womb. But Allah knows. And most of the time, Allah tells you, when you come out of your mother's womb, you have to identify yourself to those people, your mother first, and then to those around you. How do you do that? By telling them, remind them that Allah, a tone that in modern times men think that the child is crying. They say, the child is crying. Okay, I will try and check whether my whatever is in good order so that I don't have to go over what is permitted for me to say, so that we can keep our conversation going. Yes. When what we are looking at is how important do you understand Islam? Because if a person says that if I perform this ritual and this ritual, these are things that in the minds of men who have been kind of exposed to practices of desires and lusts, because you would only perform a ritual which is under the category of practices which are forbidden, and these are practices it involves either bloodshed or whatever. These are things which are forbidden. They are not allowed in Islam. When you perform salat in the masjid, when you perform ruh and whatever, these are things to remind you that when you are on sujood is when Allah reminds you that once you are not able, you spend 9 months in your mother's womb in that state, posture of prostrating to Allah, because you can only look at the Qibla of Allah. Human beings are only allowed, when you are in your mother's womb, you are only allowed to perform what you call salat in your mother's womb while you're in the posture of sujood.